All right, welcome back, y'all. We are on day 9 of the Rams training camp practices, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at what happened today, and because there was a few things of note, and we're gonna go ahead and go through them, and I'm gonna give my thoughts as we go. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. The Rams had a day off on Tuesday after their 8th practice of training camp, but they were back on the field Wednesday, today, with their pads and helmets on. Matthew Stafford's workload is still being managed, and he did not throw on Wednesday. But the team is pushing forward with John Wolford. That's love John Wolford, man. And Bryce Perkins leading team drills at quarterback. Here are some notes from day 9 of the Rams training camp. And of course, this is the top one that drew some attention. I would not call it a concern at this moment, but it is something to keep an eye on. The Rams are still being careful with Matthew Stafford. The Rams are taking no chances with their star quarterback after he felt some pain in his elbow recently. Stafford has been on a limited workload as a precaution. Sean McVay still is not concerned about the availability for the start of the season, but he doesn't want to risk further injury after Stafford had an injection in his right elbow this offseason. He even clarified that Stafford didn't have a setback and this was part of the plan, the team's plan. He did not throw in practice today. Here was a tweet from Mr. Mazzano. Matthew Stafford working on dropbacks while the other quarterbacks throw to receivers on the opposite field. McVay said the plan is to decrease Stafford's workload after he felt some pain in his throwing arm. Okay. So we all knew Stafford was having some issues with his elbow towards the end of the year last year. It was a bit of a concern then, and he was able to battle through it because that's just what he does. And essentially, he got himself a injection into his elbow several months ago. It did not specify what that injection was. I have no idea what it could be. It could be like a cortisone shot. I don't know, but something to help with the swelling or help with the pain, But he had a shot to help specifically with his elbow because he was having some pain in the elbow. And trust me, elbow pain. It is a it. Those things tend to linger, so it can be a pain in the neck just because it's has a tendency to linger, affects the mobility of your arm. And for Stafford's case, it is something of concern considering his job is to use his arm to throw a football long distances for a professional football team. So that could pose a problem if it gets worse. So I think it is smart and wise for Sean just to have him on some sort of pitch count, as we were saying before. And there's no need to rush it. It is a long season, and it's something we'll continue to monitor. So definitely just take it easy with him. Don't want to re-aggravate the elbow because that can be incredibly irritating. Elbow almost gets better, and then you re-aggravate it, and you're back to square one. It sucks. So good to stay ahead of it and to be smart. Just give him some rest time. At this moment, I don't consider it to be a big issue, but something we need to be keeping our eyes on. So, moving on. Allen Robinson keeps making plays. Allen Robinson is standing out in this camp. Every time I'm looking, I keep seeing stories about him and how well he's doing or how much he's impressing the coaching staff or with either his play, his versatility, his intelligence, how he carries himself. Everyone is talking good about Allen Robinson. I have not heard a single bad thing about him yet. That is very encouraging. So he's been a standout of so far in camp, and he seems to be getting better by the day. He came down with an impressive grab in the end zone against Robert Rochelle on Wednesday. I showed that in my last video. It was a pretty good grab. He did it again, this time against Darion Kendrick, who was in great position. Robinson made a one-handed catch in the corner of the end zone, which hopefully we'll get a video of it soon. I hope so. That'd be nice. On that play, this tweet from Mr. Jackson here. Allen Robinson had a one-handed grab in the corner of the end zone during 7-on-7s. Red zone work from John Wolford's pass. Followed another great catch on Wolford's pass in the back of the end zone. Darion Kendrick was covering, and apparently he was doing a good job covering, but Robinson just won the matchup, which will happen from time to time. Nothing to get too discouraged about for Darion. But Allen Robinson has just been killing it, dude. So looking very much forward to watching Allen Robinson play. Moving on to Tutu Atwell catching a 50-yard bomb from John Wolford. Tutu Atwell is a Tutu Atwell breakout coming this year? I don't know, but he impressed his coaches and teammates in OTAs this spring, and that seems to have carried over to training camp where he's had the ball in his hands a bunch, according to media members in attendance. Well, that's good. On Wednesday, he hauled in a 50-yard touchdown pass from Wolford during team drills, using his speed to make a big play. John Wolford's deep touchdown pass from the 50-yard line on 11-on-11s, lots of oohs and ahs from the crowd. And let me tell y'all something. John Wolford, I'm getting really hyped. It's a shame Stafford didn't really get the throw today. Like I said just a few minutes ago, it's not something to really be too concerned about yet. It is something to keep our eye on, but as of right now, him being sidelined is just something of precaution, okay? So nothing to get too concerned about yet. But because of that, our backup quarterbacks and John Wolford, dude, I have been such a fan of John Wolford for such a long time. And I believe we can win with John Wolford. In fact, he got us into the playoffs in 2020. 2020, it was the year Jared Goff broke his thumb. And Wolford, pretty much, we had to beat a division rival in Arizona to get into the playoffs, which we did. And had, Mr. Oh, what was that fella's name? I don't even know if he's playing right now. Was it Jamal? I think it was Jamal Adams with his dirty hit to John Wolford's helmet during that playoff game. Wolford would have diced up Seattle in that game. He was looking real good. We can win football games with John Wolford. Okay? I was so ready going into 2021 to have John Wolford as our QB1. I'm serious. I legit thought Wolford could lead us to the playoffs. I was not sure if we could win a Super Bowl off him, but I felt like with the roster we had, John Wolford was good enough to take that and secure a playoff spot for us. Aaron Donald, who does not hand out compliments willy-nilly, complimented Wolford, and he said that he was a fan, and he was, and here's the important part, a fan of his work ethic. John Wolford is apparently has a good work ethic. He works hard, and he caught that from Aaron Donald. I made a video about it way back when, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But My point is, I'm very happy to see Wolford getting some reps in practice because I believe, knock on wood, I hope we never get to see him because of a Stafford injury. But Wolford, we can win with Wolford, y'all. I actually wanted to keep the picks and ride with Wolford 2021 before the trade. But obviously, with the trade, Stafford's the starter. I want Stafford as a starter because we got him. But I'm just saying, Wolford is not someone to like sneeze at. I'm seeing a lot of talk. People say we should bring in this quarterback, we should bring in that quarterback for a backup. We don't need to do all that. We don't need to do all that. We got good backups right here with John Wolford and Bryce Perkins. So that is my endorsement for John Wolford. He's a good football player, y'all. Trust me. And he seems to be making some plays here. And credit to Tutu Atwell for catching a long 50-yard touchdown pass. And that's good. Good. That's good. That's good. I want Tutu to succeed. I really do. So that was a good play there. Moving on, Nick Scott flashing at safety. Scott is going to be a player to watch all summer and into the regular season because if he picks up where he left off in the playoffs, he's going to be a valuable defender for the Rams. He brings better coverage skills and range than Taylor Rapp, which could lead to Scott starting next to Jordan Fuller week 1, which I think that is the ideal scenario. Nick Scott really turned it up a notch towards during that playoff run for us. Very proud of him. He was like a 7th rounder, and it's a safe bet to say he's going to be starting in that probably like that free safety spot more than likely. We'll see, but he'll be a starter for sure. He made a nice play over the middle against the backup offense on Wednesday, picking off Bryce Perkins. Great play on the ball by Nick Scott, picking off Bryce over the middle that was intended for Brandon Powell. And here he is right here, picking it off, making the run. It's Taylor Rapp. I like Taylor a lot. It's just, this is Taylor. You better show out this season, man, because we got a bunch of good young defensive backs in the room now, and I just feel like you have to perform early to make the coaching staff keep you on the roster. So I like Taylor a lot. Hopefully he can make some plays for us. But Nick Scott. Proud of Nick Scott, and good to see that he's performing well. And well, that's pretty much what happened today. So, overall, good day of practice, I'm sure. Stafford did not throw, unfortunately, but it's just more of a precaution. That's the number one issue of the day. But we saw some good work from John Wolford. We saw some good work from Allen Robinson, who is on his way to having a great year, I am sure. And we saw some good things from Tutu. Saw some good things from Tutu Atwell. He made a good catch, a long catch. Hopefully he can build on that. And we'll see how he does in these preseason games, if he can stand out and make some plays. And I hope he does. I really do. And Nick Scott is playing pretty well, so good day of practice. So that's going to be it for now, guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And as always, go Rams.